Vectors and scalars. Lesson 3. In this lesson we will learn how to identify the coordinates of the vertices of a cuboid. Let us see. This is the cuboid. In this is the point P. Coordinates are given to be x, y, z. X coordinate is x, y coordinate is y, z coordinate is z. What is the meaning of this? If you draw a normal from the point P onto the x-axis, it cuts the x-axis at point T. Now, the distance of T from the origin is the x-coordinate of this point P. That is x. OT equal to x. OT equal to x. Now what is y coordinate? If we draw a normal from the point P onto the y axis like this, it cuts the y axis at point R. Now the distance of the point R from the origin gives the y coordinate of this point P. This is y. What is z coordinate? Similarly, if you draw a normal from the point P onto the z-axis like this, it cuts the z-axis at point V. Now the distance of V from the origin is the z-axis, z-coordinate, is the z-coordinate. Distance of V from the origin is the z-coordinate. Let us find the coordinates of this point Q. Let us find the coordinates of this point Q. We know that this is x, this is y, OR is y, and OV is z. Now, if you want to find the x coordinate of this Q, you draw a perpendicular line that is normal onto the x axis like this. If you draw a normal onto the x axis from this point Q, it cuts at the origin. Therefore, the distance of this point O from the origin, it is nothing but 0. Therefore, x coordinate is 0. If you draw a normal onto the z-axis, it cuts at the point O. Therefore, the distance of this point O from the origin is 0. Therefore, z coordinate is 0. What is the y coordinate? From this Q, draw a perpendicular line that is normal onto the z-axis like this. It cuts the y-axis at point R. The distance of this R from the origin is y. Therefore, y coordinate of this Q is y. Therefore, x coordinate is 0, y coordinate is y, and z coordinate is also 0. Let us take another point, S. To get the x coordinate of this point, let us draw a normal onto the x-axis like this. It cuts at point T. This T is at a distance of x from the origin. Therefore, x coordinate is x. To get y coordinate, draw a normal from this point S to onto the y-axis. This is the normal onto the y-axis. It cuts at R. Therefore, distance of R from the origin is y. Therefore, y coordinate of the S is y. Y coordinate of the S is y. Now let us see what is Z coordinate. If you draw a perpendicular from this point S onto the Z axis, this is the Z axis, this line is perpendicular to the Z axis. This line cuts the Z axis at point O. Therefore, the distance of this intersecting point from the origin is 0. Therefore, Z coordinate is 0. In this way, we can find the coordinates of any point of the cuboid. Let us see how we can identify the coordinates of a point at a glance. If a point is on the xy plane, then it will have x coordinate and y coordinate, but z coordinate is 0. Here the point U is on xz plane. Therefore, for this x coordinate and z coordinate will be there. Y coordinate will be 0. If a point is on the coordinate axis, then let us see the coordinates of that point. Here the point R is on the y axis. Therefore, for this point x coordinate and y coordinate will be 0, because if you draw a perpendicular that is normal onto the x axis, it cuts exactly at origin. Therefore, x coordinate and z coordinate both are 0. X coordinate is 0 and z coordinate is also 0, but y coordinate is the distance of R from the origin, that is nothing but y.